Welcome to 102. In this video, we will go over editing records, sending emails, and setting events. Make sure this is a quality prospect or lead to work before sending information. It is your responsibility to make sure you're sending to the right prospects. Speak to your director on recommendations of who to avoid. Couple of examples. If you are speaking to a lead that is an electrical device manufacturer, he may want to offer a contract to us for making devices and waste the time of the consultants to pitch the company we represent, the iMachine, on his own services and not seriously consider investing. Let's say you're speaking to a John Doe, and he owns a company called John Doe Consulting. We want to know exactly what that company consults before sending information. For all we know, that could be a medical device consulting company looking for new technology. Even though our patents protect us, who wants to waste the time showing someone with intentions other than investing? Let's say the lead has a debilitating eye condition. This can be good and bad. I bring this up because most that have it, especially age-related macular degeneration, are going to want to know about the technology we have, whether they have the ability to invest or not. Make sure they meet the criteria. If they are not accredited, your hands are tied. We will not send any information. Lawyers and attorneys. We run all of our projects through the hardest of scrutiny and have been vetted by third parties. We choose to only work with the best, but even when you're doing everything right, saying the wrong thing to the wrong guy can make life tough in this industry. You will run across investors who are no longer accredited or liquid and not able to make an investment of this type, but will be less than truthful and still request information, possibly due to boredom, maybe to boost personal egos. I'm sure each case is specific, but these are big time wasters and they do incur expenses to the company. If you're asking the right questions, you will be able to rule most of these out. Mostly happens with residential or home numbers, but we do see a mix. Especially in this industry, the most valuable thing a person has is time. Be sure to spend it wisely. Now, after speaking with a lead, you need to update the information for that lead in the system and send them introductory information on the current project, also your direct contact information. Owner. This is now changed to your name since you are working this lead. You first want to delete Lana Pulio and then type in your name. You will notice a drop-down box. Be sure to choose your name from there and hit save. It will revert back to the original owner if you do not hit save. Even if you type your name in exactly like it is in the box and hit save, it will not make the change unless you choose your name from the drop-down box. Contact date. This is the current time that you have contacted the lead. In this case, it's 2 o'clock on January 1st. Lead status. This is now changed to sent TEM email. And then again, we'll hit save. Lead source is not changed. Campaign is not changed. Consultant 1, this is the consultant that introduced this lead to the project. In this case, I'm putting it as me, Jeremy. Consultant 2 is your name or the consultant that is following up. Keep in mind that even though the field says none, I have chosen it to my name and it is still registered. You just need to open the window. Project referred. Our current project is the iMachine, so I'm going to move TEM to the right-hand window using the arrows in the center of the windows. You do the same to move it back with the left-hand arrow on the top. Project invested. The window on the right is projects this lead currently owns units of. Below the record information is the lead information. As you can see, the name currently is in all capital letters. We need to fix it to the proper punctuation. Get in the habit of changing it on the last name as well. But the first name is the only name that's populated into the fields. Phone, not changed. Here is where you would add a mobile number. The direct phone is the field where you want to put the primary phone number for the lead. Whether it be the cell phone or his office, this is the number that you primarily want to dial. Also the field that the auto dialer dials first. Home phone is the residential phone number of the lead. Best time to reach. This is normally used with either mornings, afternoons, or evenings. You can be more specific, completely optional. Email. This is where you would put the lead's email address. Be sure to only put one email in this field or it won't send to any. Email. This is where the lead's email address goes. Employment. Here you can put any general information on the lead's employment. Type of business. In this case, as you can see, the lead owns a consulting company. I would want to put information on what that company consults here. Company name. Again, a field for the name of the company the lead owns or works for. Personality style. Knowing the personality of personality style. In this field, you can put whether the lead be an analytical type, driver, expressive, amiable. Gives you a good idea of who you're following up with. Current project shown. This is the current project this lead is being shown. In this case, it is the iMachine. Personality style. This field is for whether the lead is an analytical type, a driver, expressive, or maybe an amiable. This field very simply is for the lead's age. We will now go over the location information. As you see at the bottom of the location information, the first field that we will input information to would be the Zillow. This is for residential or commercial home value. Zillow is a very popular site for pulling residential home values. The Zillow field is for residential home value. Zillow is a very popular site for pulling residential home values. It's recommended you get familiar. If it's a commercial property, you can put commercial here if you don't have the value. This is a good gauger to know who you have on the other end of the phone, whether he's living in a $500,000 house or a $2 million house. You know what type of positions to ask for. The net worth field is for the net worth of the lead, whether it be 2 million, 4.5, 10. In this case, it's 3.5 million. We'll put that here. Below is the investment history and FedEx information. Previous PP. This is whether this lead has participated in investments in private placements or private offerings. If they have, you would put a check here. Along with what kind, whether it be oil and gas, movie, technology. Be specific. Most common is oil and gas. Liquid amount is the amount that this lead is currently liquid. The lead's current liquidity goes here. In this case, it's 100,000. Package sent. This is checked off only when the actual physical package is sent off. As you can see directly below, there's an outgoing FedEx and a return FedEx. In the case that we send this lead a physical package, the outgoing FedEx number is the tracking number of the package, and the return FedEx is the return tracking number for the self-addressed envelope that we send along with the package for that lead to send their documents back. I am going to go ahead and go back up and hit save. It's a good idea to save your work frequently when you're working on a record. Questions asked. Here is where you would put any questions that were asked by the lead. Here is the Add Note button. What this does is pulls up a window for you to put notes into the description field. When you type your notes here, they are time-stamped and placed in the description field. As you can see, it's today's date, the current time, and there's my note. The description field itself is where you will keep all general notes and information on conversations moving forward. Again, be sure to use the Add Note button. All of this information below is administrative. Once this lead becomes an owner of one of our projects, the administrative department will update these fields. Now go over sending. When an investor wants to look at one of our projects, we have introductory information sent out from Lana Pulio, the Director of Investment Relations. We manually send the information, but it all comes from Lana's email address of lana@theimachine.com. The only email that comes from our personal email address is the consultant contact information, which comes from and shows a return address of your personal workspace email, your first letter of your first name, last name, at accreditedig.com. That information can be found in your new consultant information, document 100. Initially, we send out two emails, the iMachine intro and the consultant contact information. Once you have updated all of the fields on the page, be sure you hit save. First, we will send the intro. I make sure all information is correct, especially the first name, because this is automatically going to be populated into the information we're going to send. So I see that the first name is correct. I'm going to access the email template window. Here is where you find all of the available email templates to send. All of these emails come from Lana, except for the consultant contact information, which we will be going over that further. But we're going to go ahead and pull the iMachine intro up. This is the first introductory email that we send out to a potential prospect. As you can see, the from email address is lana@theimachine.com. This is the address the email is coming from. Below that is the lead's email address or the outgoing email address. This is automatically populated from the lead record. This would be if you want this information to be sent to any additional email addresses. Same as here. Here is the subject line. This is the very first information that the lead will see before opening the email. We do have two attachments attached to this email. The pro forma and the press release on Waxler. These are files that are attached to this email that the lead can open. So the lead will see all of the information in the body of the email, and then we'll also have an option to open a couple of files. You want to be sure that all information is correct, and even scroll down and make sure that the signature is right. Then once everything is confirmed and correct, you hit send. You have now sent the introductory information from Lana Pulio to this lead. We're going to go ahead and also send the consultant contact information of me personally. As you can see, this email is coming from my personal email address. There's no attachments. I make sure the name is correct. My signature is fine. And I'm going to go ahead and send off this email as well. Now this lead has the introductory emails that was sent from Lana and the consultant contact information that was sent from me. Next step, we need to set an event to follow up with this lead at the allotted time. Conveniently located in the Actions window on the left side of the power dialer, you will see Add Event. And that will pull up the Add Event window. In the subject field at the top left of the page goes the lead's name and a brief description of events. Feel free to use what reminds you. Here you have an option to color code your events. This is a great tool for record management. There will be further training on that in the future. We'll put this one as blue. Location is where you add the phone number along with the lead's time zone. In the Assign To field, be sure to put the name of the consultant, whether it be your own or another's, and allow it to drop down and choose the name to confirm, or it will not be properly set, just like changing ownership in the previous training. As you can see, I'm following up. I will put this in my name and confirm. This is the record information that this event is being set to. The date is where you'll choose the day of the event. I'm going to set this for Monday, and we're going to put it as 2 o'clock. Choose the day and the time. I'm going with Monday at 2 o'clock. Do not need to make any changes to duration. Type and status are not required. Comments field is normally where you would copy and paste the original notes from the initial call, or any notes moving forward. This field is optional as well. Use it to your advantage. Disregard max attendees. Now the Remind Attendees field, this is currently set at no reminder. If you would like, you can set the system to send you an email to your personal email 10 minutes before the allotted appointment. The Remind Attendees default is set at no reminder. What this will do, if you would like, it can send you an email to your workspace email before the appointment to remind you. If you want to, you can go ahead and set it at email and then set the reminder however early you want to be reminded of the appointment. The default is set at 10 minutes. Until you are familiar and comfortable with the CRM and the power dialer, you need to keep your own outside calendar. Whether it be paper, electronic, we recommend using Google Calendar because that does also sync up with your workspace email. Completely optional, but it is your responsibility to hold your appointments. Okay, then you scroll all the way down to the bottom and hit Save. That event is now set. In order to make sure this event was set properly, you can check it in the calendar. The calendar is always default set on today. I'm going to choose the next 7 days because I set that for Monday. As you can see, the very top event is John Doe transitional call related to the lead John Doe. This is the date that this event is set for. We set it for 2 o'clock on 2 o'clock on Monday, I am the owner of this event, and I can even pull up the event to reference any of the information that I had put there. There will be further training in the next video on event and calendar management.